Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I am unboxing the May Card Kit Club from the Stamps of Life, and it is so groovy fun and packed full of card making supplies. Now if you're not already a member, I will have a link listed down below in the description box so you can join easily. All right, let's take a look at everything that's included. So you always receive a pack of envelopes and a large storage envelope. And then you receive lots of cardstock. So included, these are 8.5 by 11 sheets of cardstock. And the white here is called powdered sugar. And you receive 4 sheets of the powdered sugar cardstock. Let me move these over here so you can see those. And then the colors that are included in this kit, this beautiful green is called grass. We've got several shades of blue. So we've got Pacific, and then we've got blueberry, we have blue jay, and then we have banana, strawberry. The pink is flamingo, and then a piece of chocolate. So these are the colors that are included in the kit this month. Then I'm so excited about this. Included, we received this A1 scalloped edge and stars card die. And there's so many words included in it too. You get my friend, stay cool, and you've got this. So lots and lots of dies included this month. Then you receive a sheet of stickers. So these are sentiment stickers. I like to use these on the inside of my cards. We received a sheet of these puffy stickers. So these are groovy and fun with the peace sign and the smiley faces. So I like those. And then we received this embellishment. So it's a pink flower with the sunshine in the middle. And it's like, I want to say it's like epoxy. Maybe that's the right word. Texture. It's really neat. And then these are also cool this month. They're like glittery hearts with the wings. Those are so fun. I like those too. We also receive another word die, and this one says, "You're a cool friend," and we have the inside and the outside die. Now included is the 6x6 pattern paper pad, and this is called You're a Cool Friend Collection. And there are 24 double-sided sheets, so there's 12 sheets or 12 different designs, and you receive 2 of each of them. Now, if you're a member of the Stamp and Die Hard Club, you would have received this set of dies, and you can use these dies on this cut-apart sheet to cut out these images. This is called the trucker hat die set. So that makes it easy. If you don't have that set, you can always fussy cut those with your scissors. Let me show you the stamp set here for the trucker set. It's super cute. So here it is. I've already used mine quite a bit, so it has a little discoloration, but it's a fun set. Then, so let me flip through here through this paper pad so you can see all the different fun, bright colored designs. Now there's also another cut apart sheet in here. So there's an add-on die that you can purchase to cut out that page. And I did actually order it this month because I love it so much, but I haven't received it yet at the time of filming. So I'll be using that later on in the month to make some additional cards. And so we're back at the beginning. So let me set this to the side and let's go ahead and start making a card. Now my card idea was inspired by Call Me Crafty Elle. She has a sheet load of cards sketch that she puts out, and this one happens to be an older one from October of 2021. So I will leave her video link down below in the description box of where this sketch came from. But first, before we get into the card, I want to stamp out a hat. So I could have cut one out, die cut one from the paper pad, but I wanted to show you how I like to paper piece these hats. So I'm putting this here in my stamping platform. I have the Misty here, and that's just to hold it in place so I get a good impression. I might need to ink up my ink pad a little bit because it's not as juicy as it was, but I've got the re-inker. I just need to take time to do that. So I stamped the trucker hat once on the pattern paper, and then I want to stamp another one in white. So you could repeat this idea using different colors or different pattern papers to make lots of different styles of hats. All right, so I've got both of these stamped. And oh, look, I got a brand new stamp chamois. I got this at Scrapbook.com. First time I'm using it here. I hate to dirty it, and then I keep it here in my salt cellar. Let me put the stamp back on here so I don't lose that. And then I want to bring in the dies and my die cutting machine. Now, let me get the die on here. So I want to cut the one that's on the pattern paper. And look, I got this really cool tape dispenser for my washi tape. I've been wanting this for so long and I finally got it. So I'm really excited to use it today. And then I'm bringing in my Platinum Scout die cutting machine, and this isn't my everyday die cutting machine, but I do keep this on my desk to cut out small things. So this is I'm showing you here the sandwich that I use. I use the Magic Mat, and I love this. It's so easy to crank, and it's nice so I don't have to get up, right? I'm at my desk, crank it through once, wheel it back through the other way, and it cuts like butter. I also like it because it folds up and doesn't take up a lot of space. Now, it won't cut out your card dies, but it's great for cutting out like these little bitty images. So any products that I use, in addition to the Stamps of Life products, I will leave linked down below in the description box. And I always appreciate when you shop my links, as I do receive a small commission at no extra charge to you. Now, to finish making this hat, I'm going to take my scissors here and I'm going to cut out the center. Now, I want to be sure, I want that stamped line to show. So I'm cutting along the outside edge of that black line that I stamped because I want that to show. See the black line there? So that looks good. And now I want to bring in my adhesive and I want to just glue that right to the top of my hat. And that's just to give my hat, you know, a little different look so that it doesn't look like it's all the same color. I wanted the front part to be a different color. It looks like I needed to snip a little bit off of here. There we go. So I like that. I love the way that looks. And then I used the dies from the trucker hat and I stamped the outside image of this little patch. And I also stamped the words here, the sentiment. And this one we have Boss Babe. So that's super cute. And I used a lighter shade. I used the Blue Jay color for that. Now I want to get out all my pieces to make my card, and I have them here in my stack and sort tray. So this little piece that I am tearing here, it is 2 1/4 by 5. Both of these sheets are. They're 2 1/4 by 5, and I'm pulling them towards me, tearing them towards me so that that white core is revealed. And I just want that like torn, groovy, messy kind of look. I feel like that's the vibe that this kit reminds me of. And so I wanted to use some tearing on my cards today. So the white panel that I have here, that is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And then my sheet of blue that I'm using here, this is the blueberry, and that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now I have just a strip here that is about 1/2 inch wide by, I think it's 11, but whatever scrap you have. And I just folded it in thirds. And then what I'm doing is I'm just bending them in and kind of messing them up a little bit so that they're not so perfect. But I first started them in thirds. And I want this to look like almost like it's a paper ribbon in the back. So I'm going to put this paper ribbon down. And then I'm going to be able to put my hat on top. I did use the stitched circle dies and I cut out a circle. And I want to put my hat, that gives my hat a place to rest. So let me grab some foam really quick. I'm just using a little bit of craft foam here and I'm cutting it down to size. And I'm going to add the craft foam to the back. Now I'm going to use a little bit of tacky glue. Can you believe it? I'm out of my Stamps of Life liquid glue. And so I'm going to use a little bit of this. In fact, I'm out of almost all my glue, period. I need to restock on some things. All right, so I glued that down to that vellum circle, and that looks super cute. And now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back, and then we will just adhere this down to the front of this card. So there, I love the way that looks. And you could put any sentiment on there. So some others that are included in the stamp set say Coffee Please, Just Breathe, Stay Cool, or we have Boss Babe. So now I'm just going to adhere this to the front of my card base. So I'm going to use some of my Stamps of Life adhesive here. And we will get this glued down. And you could use this card for any occasion, really. Stamp another sentiment on the inside, and there you have it. Now I did make several of these, so I made another one in the blue that says Good Vibes Only, but then I made another one in the green, in that grass green, so that you could see the difference, and I stamped it on that striped paper, and I've got the Stay Cool. So I've got one of each of the sentiments here different, but doesn't that look neat? I love those. Now I really want to make a card using the A1 card die that came included in the kit. You get the card base, you either get a layering die that has stars on it or just the scalloped edge. Now I did speed this up quite a bit, not to bore you, but I cut out some pieces here. So I used those dies, and I just also cut out a little 1-inch strip to place along the edge here. So I used the star layering die, and I cut that out of the strawberry cardstock, and then I used one of the pattern papers included in the paper pad and just cut a 1-inch strip. Now you can see here that nice scalloped edge detail. So you could also use the layering die that's included in the A1 kit. There is one that's just a layering die with the scalloped edge. So you could either use the scalloped edge or the star edge. So it's a really versatile die that I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. But I wanted to make a quick card. Now this also came included in the kit. It says You're a Cool Friend. So that's the word die. And before I stick this down, I am just going to take some ink, and I grabbed the banana here, and I'm just using the blending brush, putting on a layer of the banana. Now I didn't use the banana cardstock because I wanted it to stand out a little bit. I used the banana cardstock, and now by using the ink, that's just going to give me a little variation for the color. I didn't like it on just the white. I thought that was too plain. So let me put a little bit of liquid glue on the back, and then we'll stick this sentiment down. And then you'll notice in the inside of some of the letters are stars. Now I saved those, and I also saved the stars that were cut out from that star scallop die. Here I'm bringing in my precision glue press, and I'm using some Nuvo Deluxe glue now. And I like to use this glue sparingly, but I like to use it when I'm gluing down like sequins, or in this case, these little bitty stars. So I'm placing a dot of glue in each of the little places where a star was. And now I'm taking, now these are the larger stars. I thought that was easier. I'm just taking the stars that cut out from that layering die, and I'm placing them all along this die where those stars are. So I like that. And then the little inside pieces that cut out from the You Are a Cool Friend, I'm using those as little embellishments around my card here, using my pick up and place tool, and I've got all of those on the card. So now I want to use one of these puffy stickers, because aren't these super cool? These are so fun. And I think I want to use the smiley face that's in yellow. So there we have it. So I ended up making 10 cards from this kit so far this month, and I'm really excited about it. So these are the 2 designs that I made today. Then this card is really fun, and you will see this on the Stamps of Life YouTube channel. So be sure to give that a like when you see it, and then also this one. And I love this one. I used that puffy sticker there, but I used glitter paper on the You Got This, and I love the way that looks. This was a 2-for-1 card that I made, and that's super cute with that embellishment. Oh, and I forgot I made this one too at the beginning of the month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, oh, here's the 10th. I made this one. I'm not sure I like it too much, so I don't know if I'm going to count this one. It's a little bit wild, but there's 10 cards. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!